Greetings, world. It's your boy Jason Armstrong coming to you with another segment of A Slice of Pie. This is where we talk all things community and hopefully building community through partnerships, innovation, and empowerment. A few weeks ago, I was in Denver, Colorado at the International Association of Chiefs of Police annual conference. The panel that I spoke on, I was sharing insights about how in public safety we have an opportunity to leverage storytelling to better communicate and connect with the people in our community or the audiences that we find ourselves in front of. We know in public safety we are a heavy numbers-driven profession, and numbers are often how we are gauged on whether or not we are being successful or if we're not meeting our goals and objectives. And while all of that is very relevant and it will always have a place in this profession, one thing that we can't be dismissive of is how the art of storytelling and being able to share personal stories and how they connect with what it is that we're talking about, or the numbers or the analytics that we're talking about, being able to attach a real life story, a real life experience to it. What I have found, it just always seemed to resonate more with people that were listening or people that were in attendance. And I just happened to come across this article recently, and this was from a local school board meeting where they were talking about just the uptick in gun violence and gun-related incidents among young people. And the school board wanted to do something to try to have an impact on that. And they wanted to get parents and the community at large inspired and motivated to join them in this effort, because we were just seeing, too many victims and too many people impacted by gun violence. So they invited several law enforcement leaders to come out and to speak at that meeting to address the school board, in hopes that our experience and the information that we had to share would resonate with people in the community, where we could get some momentum behind this effort to try to reduce what we were seeing with gun violence. And while most of us, had some statistics that we could share about things that were going on or things that were prevalent in our communities, one thing that I decided to do that night was to share a story of an experience that I'd had many years earlier, but it had always stuck with me because it was so tragic. And while it was a very tragic and traumatic thing for everybody that was involved in it, I felt me sharing that story with the audience that I had, with the topic that we were talking about, I felt that story would better connect with people, and it would land better, and it would convey the message and have the takeaway that I wanted to have with the time that I had to share with the audience, as opposed to just giving numbers and giving statistics and talking about strategies and all of these things. And I was pleasantly surprised to see that when this article came out, that was what they chose to highlight in the article. It was not just about the statistics and things, while statistics are often alarming, but attaching a real life story, having a real life name, a real life person, and how the impact of what happened, how that impacted everybody in the community. That was what I was hoping to convey and would be the takeaway from what I shared at that meeting. And, it was validating that that's what they chose to share in the article when they wrote about what happened out there. And so I thought this was a good example to follow up what I just recently shared at IACP this year, and how in public safety, really in any profession, how we can better leverage our experiences, through the art of storytelling to connect with people and really try to move the needle on things that we need to get some better traction on, the things that we need people to support or to get behind. One thing that I often talk about when I see public safety leaders do a press conference, and when they get up there and it's like they're just looking down and they're reading a police report to the community. And they're not going to resonate with what it is that we're trying to share if we're just standing up there reading a police report. How we can take what it is that we have to talk about and attach real world examples to it. That's often what's going to resonate with people. And that's how you can drive more engagement, more dialogue, more discussions for what it is that you're trying to tackle and trying to navigate. So hope this message helps somebody out there. And next time that you're going in front of an audience to share whatever information it is that you have to share, you will think about this, and you would think about, in addition to sharing the numbers and the stats that you need to share, think about an impactful story or an experience that you can share that people can connect with, people can relate to, because that may be just what you need to get people motivated to act.